All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a Night Elf versus Night Elf mirror match taking place here on Amazonia. It took me a little bit of time to figure out how to or where to put this particular map in my map pool. Um, Apparently, this is from the Sky tournament, as you guys can see by the overlays that are currently on the map. Anyways, Moon spawning as the yellow Night Elf on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Dise spawning as the blue Night Elf on the bottom left. I wonder if the meta for the PTR is Paladins. Yeah, so what? This was something that I actually wanted to mention. Um, we we have a split Warcraft 3 community. We have tournament play that isn't played on BattleNet, and we have a higher end ladder that is played on W3 Champions than it is on BattleNet. Now, why does that make any difference? I believe the company that is working on balancing Warcraft 3 is using BattleNet data to determine what needs to be changed. You may notice that I didn't say Blizzard is using BattleNet data. I'm saying the company that is doing Warcraft 3. As I understand, the balance changes for Warcraft 3 is actually being done by a separate company than Blizzard. Blizzard has offshored it or given it to another team, as we're looking at the, Archer getting in some lightning shield damage across all of these units here. Demon Hunter will be popping on out. Meanwhile, it is going to be a Priestess of the Moon by Moon, and perhaps we'll see a transition into Huntresses as well. Demon Hunter versus Priestess of the Moon units out here on the battlefield. Lightning shield racking up quite a bit of damage. Oh, is this going to be bad news? Priestess of the Moon, no, he does actually get the experience. That Rogue, I thought for a second, with Lightning Shield, could have accidentally killed off those other two allies, and then that would have denied Moon any of that experience. That would have been a major setback, and getting a delay to level 2 as the creeps are gone, and well, you're just trying to make up for lost time. Actually, I like that statement to try and explain real-time strategy games, making up for lost time, so analogous for life as well. Crota, like McDonald's, delivering consistency. Wait, what? Crota like McDonald's, delivering consistency with quantity. It sounds like a thing Paradox would do. Yeah. Anyways, the things coming back around here. Demon Hunter perhaps going to try and challenge the Priestess of the Moon. Priestess of the Moon does have True Shot Aura and Searing Arrows. One of the odd, strange things is the Demon Hunter likes to take away big chunks of mana from enemy heroes, but at the same time, the Priestess of the Moon is one of the few heroes that doesn't need big chunks of mana. Nah, his time isn't consistent due to non-Warcraft things. Yeah, I don't know if you guys missed it, but moments ago, my daughter was sitting on my lap going, "Daddy, what are you doing? I want to see." So yeah, the days here. So 6:30 in the morning, and my daughter decides to wake up and see what I'm doing. So I guess I should be encouraged. Demon Hunter running around here looking for some easy wisps, doesn't find them, as Moon now going to perhaps pressure Dise away with Dice's Demon Hunter away again. Demon Hunter just off to the foot races. Huntress trying to keep up, but that Demon Hunter able to run pretty fast, now making his way back down to the south. All right. Coming back around here, we're looking at 26 supply compared to 29. We see a decent amount of archers, and the archers do not have, do not have that upgraded range yet, so the huntresses are going to be very effective against them for now. Once the archers really outrange the huntresses up to 700 range, the archers can easily push damage onto a huntress and perhaps pick them off before they get within range? That is the question. Meanwhile, Moon is chasing around this Demon Hunter of Dise, and Dise seems to just be trying to buy time and gonna end up draining his Moon Wells in an attempt to buy a little bit of time here. Trying to go after this Sasquatch creep camp, but Moon, not gonna be tricked by this, has a couple of has a Huntress and an Archer nearby, ready to perhaps try and get a last shot on some of those units. All right, gonna go ahead and finish that off here. Demon Hunter retreating back. Priestess of the Moon trying to get some searing arrows into the back of those archers, able to retreat back again. All right, I wish I don't have enough admin people to block those channels. Yeah, I don't need advertisements in the middle of my stream. I'm not doing this. Well, I don't need stream bots because, well, yeah, I don't do this full time or for my daily job. Anyways, yeah. Alright, focus on the game at hand. Moon clearing out this creep camp here. Meanwhile, Dise trying to go after the remainder of this, remainder of this creep camp here. Should be easy to finish off. 2-2-2 creep camp. And now going to go after the Forest Troll. Does have a replenishment potion, so I'm surprised he didn't mana burn that Forest Troll Shadow Priest in the beginning to just try and get a little bit of additional bonus damage off first. We can see a Goblin Tinker by Dise as the second hero, and that will allow him to put pressure on buildings much earlier than what I expected. Meanwhile, we see a Dark Ranger as a second hero from Moon. This is something that I did not expect. I wasn't even expecting a second hero just quite yet. Moon normally goes for tier 1 in a Night Elf versus Night Elf mirror match, and goes longer with the Priestess of the Moon and Huntresses, trying to catch his opponent off guard. So this Dark Ranger tech to tier 2, now going into Ancients of Lore with Dryads. Not the strategy that I expected to see at all. Searing arrows trying to find their way onto some of those archers here. Unit's going to retreat back. More damage absorbed by the Demon Hunter again and again, as we're looking at the Tree of Life trying to eat its way through the trees and make his way to set up an expo. Moon, well, has been known to set up multiple bases as the units are now retreating back here again and again. The Rock Golem about to get taken down. Who's going to get the experience? Dark Ranger gets up to level 2 and is now perhaps going to try and go after some of those other units here. Scroll of the Beast was dropped here. That is a very, very expensive consumable item if anyone is going to go ahead and go back and try and pick it up. Huntress is trying to go after those units here. Priestess of the Moon still racking up damage as the Demon Hunter gets up to level 3, now having access to level 2 mana burn. Level 2 mana burn. No, going for level 2 mana burn should be able to perhaps take down a Dark Ranger. Is it going to get taken down? One more shot is needed. There's the mana burn kill. So a mana burn kill to take down a level 2 Dark Ranger as the Dryads now show up, forcing that Demon Hunter to try and retreat back. Scroll of the Beast picked up by the Priestess of the Moon. Entangling of the Gold Mine now underway as Huntresses, Dryads poke apart this Kobold Taskmaster and Kobold Tunneler creep camp. Meanwhile, Goblin Tinker back down to the south here, trying to make his way back off to the north. Dark Ranger getting resurrected the old-fashioned way just got started as the Priestess of the Moon sitting on 50 over 50 supply, waiting for the economic advantage to take hold before breaking into low upkeep. Priestess of the Moon now making his way off to the north here. Archers, Dryads are all in position. Wisp just want this gold mine to be done and want to jump inside here. Goblin Tinkers are here ready once more as the fight ready to engage. Ancient of War does not have Nature's Blessing, walking very slowly over as the Dark Ranger is still not yet ready for battle. Dise also bringing in a Goblin Zeppelin into the fight for some Zeppelin micro as we are looking at some Ancient Protectors now being placed down by Dise to get some home field advantage. It will be a little bit of time before that is up, but the delay in the Dark Ranger resurrection may give enough time for these Ancient Protectors to become completed. All right, here we go. Clockwork Goblins going up against the Ancient of War. Demon Hunter, well, reinforcing as well. full, pretty good hit points, as we see dual pocket factories out here just cranking out all of these clockwork goblins, and is going to take down this Ancient of War here. We may see it now also make its way off to the north. Moon must see that there's Ancient Protectors being placed down. There's a mana burn on the Dark Ranger, and instead Moon says, perhaps I can win a base race since I have more bases to race with. Now going after these Moonwells here, a lot of pressure being put down. The big difference, though, is going to be the Clockwork Goblins of the Pocket Factory. The Clockwork Goblins actually deal decent damage to buildings, so that is going to be the issue here. Demon Hunter now going to go ahead and try and Scroll of Town Portal, retreat back, as the Ancient Protectors are now going to start making their way over to the Tree of Life. Little bit of protection there. There goes one Huntress. Demon Hunter trying to go after all of those units. There's a quick roar, but the Dryads do not get that bonus damage, as the Tinker now tries to retreat back. Tinker down to 63 hit points. Now going to go ahead and level up. Does have a Scroll of Healing. Uses the Scroll of Healing to, well, tip things in favor just temporarily, as we see some Zeppelin micro by Dise. Dise really winning out this battle here, as he has superior numbers, picking up and dropping beautifully. Dise is playing out of his mind right now, going after all of these lower hit point units. Demon Hunter continuing to slice and dice, as the Ancient Protectors are going to take down the Expo. Demon Hunter still continuing the chase, and that is going to be it. Dise with a beautiful, beautiful victory here. So many low hit point units across the board, but somehow able to keep them all alive. Beautiful game here, as Moon now trying to finish off the Kobold Taskmaster. However, that is a lot of low hit point units that Moon could easily try and pick off, and suddenly Dise could accidentally feed too much experience. That's a lot of low hit point archers. There's a Scroll of Healing to try and keep them alive, as the Demon Hunter now tries to lead the way. Slow Poison trying to slow down some of those units here, as the Dryad's able to break free. Meanwhile, we are looking at the Ancient Protectors slowly making their way over. Plenty of repairs getting underway, as that base is about to fall. It's the third Ancient Protector going to be getting into position. Negative gold, or gold just getting lost now, as a lot of gold being spent to try and keep that up and operational. Oh, thank you for watching for all of these years over the madness. All right. Back across here, Ancient Protector is going to finish off this Tree of Life, and now Moon is in trouble. These Ancient Protectors are close enough to start, well, marching in on Moon's base here. All right, it looks as though some of these bases are going to get cleaned up. Level 4 now on the Demon Hunter. Level 2 Evasion going to be even more difficult to finish off, as it looks as though Moon trying to clear out some easy creep camps, perhaps getting up an army of skeletal minions. Dryads now making their way back over. Mass Archers and Dryads ready and in position. Goblin Tinker cranking out those Clockwork Goblins, as the Dryads, well, have home field advantage, but the Moonwells are dry. Ancient Protector may root itself off here in just a moment. Goblin Zeppelin quickly gets shot down. Both sides fighting their way through. Archers do have that longer range, as we see a double level up for Moon. Level 4, level 3 on the Priestess of the Moon and Dark Ranger. Meanwhile, Goblin Tinker now gets up to level 3. He's going to be able to put down more Clockwork Goblins here as well, and once he uses that ability. Meanwhile, Priestess of the Moon trying to retreat back. Does have sentry wards, as he's trying to pull back again. Moonwell's getting destroyed. Ancient Protectors marching on in, and it doesn't look like Moon has any real answer to this oncoming threat with these Ancient Protectors. Nature's Blessing is done. Ancient Protector is able to move slightly faster, as the Ancient Protector now walking into the tree line and perhaps going to be able to attack from beyond the trees. It is now going to turn into a base race scenario, as both sides are fighting their way through here. Dise, how much is left here? There is one Priestess of the Moon, some Dryads, Dark Ranger trying to, well, continue it with all of this pressure. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter trying to take down the Tree of Ages. Taking down the Tree of Ages would be key here. And where is the Clockwork Goblins? That is the thing. Goblin Tinker should really be trying to place down some Clockwork Goblins to finish off these buildings, as there it is. There's that Pocket Factory now finally being placed down. All right. Goblin Tinker is going to try and continue these repairs here. Staff of Preservation bringing back the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is out here trying to fight his way through. There's, Goblin Sappers takes down the building, and the Demon Hunter now trying to fight back at home with multiple Moonwells. Are we going to perhaps see some detonations? Demon Hunter could be in a little bit of trouble. It does have multiple Moonwells to fight through here, and now you see the Priestess of the Moon is going to go ahead and try and Shadow Meld. Beautifully done. Moon, well, there's the reveal, trying to finish off the Priestess of the Moon. Priestess of the Moon now going to go ahead and teleport back home as the Tree of Ages is still alive and well. Multiple Ancient Protectors here, but only 2 out of the 3 are engaging as the units are trying to retreat back. Goblin Tinker falls at level 3, and Moon is still massively repairing this Tree of Ages. Wisp may end up getting taken down. A Demon Hunter needs to run all the way back, and well, economically speaking, things are not looking good for Dise as his base was already taken down. 29 supply compared to 34. Both sides still fighting their way through. Archer should not be within melee range of that Tree of Ages. Going to go ahead and get Elevator picked up, dropped back down again. Priestess of the Moon trying to defend here. There's a quick death once more. Sentry Ward able to spot that Archer there. Meanwhile, we're looking at the units perhaps getting picked up and dropped back off nicely and neatly, trying to dodge those arrow projectiles as the Demon Hunter now comes in from the side. Demon Hunter does have a scroll of healing, gonna try and pick things up, and it doesn't pick up in time. And as the Priestess of the Moon right down here, all right, gonna go ahead and drop them all down. Needs to drop off more, use the scroll of healing, and that was a big bonus there as more Wisps are being brought back over. All right, Ancient Protector about to get taken down. More Dryads fighting from the bottom off to the north as the Goblin Zeppelin is gonna force to retreat back. All of these Moonwells are bone dry. Both sides are fighting their way through as Dryads are getting taken down. Demon Hunter sitting at level 4, trying to get to level 5, does get there. Is he going to go for level 3 evasion? Perhaps that's what he needs. If every bit of survivability does definitely help. Dark Ranger down to 154 hit points. Meanwhile, Moon, after all this time, is still mining this gold mine and now has a 700 gold advantage as the Demon Hunter tries to chase after this Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger down to 129 hit points. Demon Hunter giving up the chase. Priestess of the Moon trying to come back over the top here, perhaps go after the archers as the Archer trying to retreat. Are we going to see the Ancient Protectors turn things back around? The Moon's Tree of Ages joins in on the battle as things are once again within melee range. All right, Ancient of Lore in melee range of that Archer. Archer purposely trying to retreat back again as the Dark Ranger trying to get away from that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter perhaps could get a slice or 2 off and then get a mana burn to finish things, but no, not going to be able to do that either. Moonwells down south are actually fairly full now. Demon Hunter, what is he going to do? Demon Hunter going to try to buy another scroll of healing. I think he was actually a little bit low, and without the scroll of healing, the Dark Rain or these archers are actually in a little bit of trouble. Goblin Zeppelin coming overhead. Is he going to be able to get shot down? No, it is not going to get shot down. Dark Ranger shows up in the back here, able to engage now. Goblin Zeppelin picks it up once more, trying to keep all of these archers alive. That is the key element of this game now, as the Demon Hunter mana burn tries to finish off the Dark Ranger, unable to do that. More Elevator picking up, dropping off. Moon has still been mining off of this gold mine. 19 supply compared to 18 as the Dark Rangers are still in position, or Dark Ranger should be in position to finish off and get another Black Arrow minion. That Dark Ranger has been sniping down units left and right as we're looking at Dark Ranger getting up to level 4 after all this time. All right. We're looking at Ancient Protectors trying to finish off the remainder of these buildings. Moon now escaping away with a decent amount of gold, as Dice's Ancient of War has walked all the way across the battlefield to join in on the fight. 138 hit points. Going to go ahead and teleport all the way back home, use all of this Moonwell juice, and perhaps try and re-engage again. There is one Wisp off to the north here. A lot of Wisps hiding off to the side. 17 supply compared to 14. Army size is 10 to 10. All right. Goblin Tinker about to rejoin in on the battlefield. That was what everything was sold for, to try and get that hero back out on the battlefield. And without the Moonwells of Moon, the heroes are not going to find an easy way to heal up. All right, both sides fighting. There's a Pocket Factory. Oh, the Goblin Tinker actually in a bit of trouble. Has a Scroll of Town Portal, but doesn't really have any way to use it to get out of this tight spot, since there are no Tree of Lives anywhere. This Goblin Tinker has some pretty expensive items, and now trying to run away and get away as quickly as possible. Should be able to do exactly that. Just try to get a little bit of distance, selling that Scroll of Town Portal, knowing that it is completely useless, and now off to the races again. All right, this Demon Hunter unable to attack this Wisp off to the side here. Goblin Tinker just still trying to run off as this last building is going to get taken down, but additional buildings have been placed down across the map as well. A new Ancient of War by Moon here at the 5 o'clock spot. Demon Hunter now trying to make its way back down to the south. The Demon Hunter wanting to go after this Wisp, but knowing that that Wisp could just build another building if this building gets pressured. 14 over 0 supply compared to 17 over 40. There's a mana burn onto the Dark Ranger. Goblin Zeppelin still overhead as Dryads are now joining in on the battlefield again. It looks like this game is Dice's to take, but there are so many buildings just all across the place, and do never count out Moon. All right, Goblin Tinker trying to regenerate, trying to heal back up at home. It looks as though it is going to heal up nicely. Ancients of Lore could perhaps come alive and try and engage against the Dark Ranger as the Priestess of the Moon is nearby again, and that is going to be the game. Dice outlast Moon there on Amazonia in a tournament. Lower hero score, lower resource score, lower unit score, losing in all three categories, but still comes away with the victory. Let me know what you guys what you guys think of this game in the comments below. Yeah, both were revealed, so both players without a Tree of Life or any town hall type building. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.